Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to 4Strategy Gaming. After hundreds of requests over the past few months, I have finally decided that it is necessary to come out with another series of Diablo III gameplay videos. With the most recent changes in place, all this week I will be presenting to you a full round of Let's Plays, starting with the Barbarian. Alright my friends, so here we are yet again in the Diablo 3 beta. This is going to be a full week of D3 gameplay footage. Today we'll be doing the Barbarian, and then we'll be doing the other 4 throughout the rest of the week. And I'm going to be playing this from scratch. In addition to that, we will go ahead and listen to the major questline dialogue. I don't think we're going to listen to all of the lore dialogue. I have a video for that if you're interested in it.
I seek the fallen star.
It fell on the old cathedral. There was only one survivor, Leah. You should speak with her.
Captain Rumford, more dead.
I am also going to be playing this assuming that you know almost nothing about Diablo 3. I will be giving information on all of the classes, so this is going to be a good way for people who are new to the game and for some reason or another haven't seen the Let's Play series that I did in the past. It's just going to be a nice little introduction to the game for you. Also, of course, taking a look at the recently implemented changes for beta patch number 10, so even if you are well versed in the Diablo universe, this could be a good video series for you to watch, just to see how they all look in a full round of gameplay. Now, starting things out, let's go ahead and take a look at the first ability that we start off with. This is going to be Bash. The simplified version of the skill that you are originally presented with states you brutally strike an enemy. Pretty basic. Holding down Control reveals the advanced version of this. 6 Fury per attack. Brutally smash an enemy for 145% weapon damage, and also a 20% chance to knock the enemy back. So that's the base ability that you start out with, your basic attack. Also starting out with just a one-handed axe and a shield. Let's talk to Leah.
Are you Leah? Rumford said you survived the fallen star.
I did, but it blasted my uncle Deckard Cain into the depths of the old cathedral. I tried to search for him, but the dead were already rising. I came back here to rally the militia, but watch out! The wounded are turning!
The wounded are turning into risen undead, as it were. Let's take care of this really quickly, huh? Now we head on into Leia's room. She does have a book. Now again, we're going to be listening to the major questline dialogue, not all of this side stuff. I do have a Let's Play series of the female Barbarian in which we listen to all of the lore in the game, so if you're interested in that, I would take a look at those videos.
The dead will overwhelm us all, unless something is done.
I will send them back to their graves. I will save your town.
Thank you. You should speak with Captain Rumford at the gate. He can tell you what to do.
And speak to Captain Rumford we will. Yes, we will indeed. But firstly, as you saw there, while in the middle of that whole shenanigans, I leveled up. You're going to have this new button on the bottom, which shows you that active skill slots are available. Now that I've got 2 active skill slots, I can choose from one of these next 2 abilities. First, Hammer of the Ancients, costing 20 Fury, summons a mystical hammer to smash your enemies. And secondly, Threatening Shout to intimidate nearby enemies, causing them to deal less damage for 15 seconds. And the advanced versions call forth a massive hammer to smash enemies directly in front of you for 180% weapon damage. Hammer of the Ancients also has a 15% increased chance to critical hit. And then Threatening Shout is going to reduce damage done by enemies within 25 yards by 50% for 15 seconds. You can see how basic those basic tooltips are. I guess it fills their what they're stated to be, though. Pretty basic, pretty simple stuff. Now my selection, oh yeah, I should probably pick that, huh? We're going to go with Hammer of the Ancients. I'm going to choose for that offensive ability.
How can I help fight the risen dead?
I admire your courage, but Captain Dalton and the militia were slaughtered by those things. Only I survived.
Your warriors will be avenged.
Well, I have seen you fight. Strike at the wretched mothers and their queen. They're the ones vomiting out these horrors.
They're attacking the barricades!
So wretched mothers, as you can see there, they actually vomit on the ground and form more of these risen. So it's pretty vital that you smash your way through to them first and try to take them out nice and early. Otherwise you deal with a lot of their little minions running around. And although once you get into the later stages of the game, picking up gray and or white items are useless, when you just start out, it is going to be necessary because you have no gear to start with, basically. So it's pretty mandatory that you start with something. And again, we've got that new lore button, but the lore dialogue is something that we won't be focusing on in this video. You don't need more than one video for that, and I already have made one, so I'll try to make sure I give you guys a link too, if that's really what you're interested in. These videos are more focused on the abilities, talking about the various classes, talking about the recent changes for the beta patch, and I think it's also important to note that barring any major development changes that the Blizzard development team may end up deciding to do, we're going to dual wield to get rid of that stupid shield. Let's do some more damage, huh? Barring any major changes, this is actually all we're expecting for the beta in terms of huge updates. Basically, what we're looking at right now is that the next major thing that Blizzard really needs to do is implement the new runestone system, but that won't even be in the beta because runes are not supposed to be dropping until Act 2, and the beta only consists of a 1/3 of the first act in the game. So with runestones not dropping until Act 2, that implies that we will never see them in the beta. So even once they are implemented, we don't expect to see them. Point being, though, that everything that's in the beta is really what we should more or less expect to see at launch. They're still playing around with this skill swapping. You can now swap skills on the fly. In fact, let me pick up Threatening Shout for the time being. It's going to activate a 30-second cooldown the second you do that. What that does essentially is it makes it so that you can't really, in the middle of a fight, swap skills to use during that fight. It's not very realistic. The fights simply the fights simply don't last that long. The fights last, 5-10 seconds at most, with the exception of boss fights. But I wanted to switch to Threatening Shout because although I don't really care to use it that much right now, I just wanted to show you guys how it looked and everything. So we're gonna run on up here, Threatening Shout, and then all those people do less damage all of a sudden. They're all super angry because they do less damage. And like, Force, why'd you make us do less damage? And you can see this is something that I can spam. So I can just blow all of my fury on it if I want to. Run up to these guys, spam it. So nice little AoE debuff. But again, at this point, with only 2 active skills available, and I can't have any more than 2 because I don't have the next active skill slot, I'd rather stick with Hammer. Do some more damage, you know what I mean? I think that's a better use of my second active skill. And why don't we take a look? Oh, old keepsake box. I'm just grabbing this because you do get XP from it. You can see 120 XP popped up. Force, why don't you let us listen to this stuff? That's not what this video is for. We're not here to be all lore RP. Oh, teleporter minions. Oh, how frustrating. Let's drop some hammers on them, huh? Oh, it's still on cooldown. And that's a perfect example of you can't just switch and then go all crazy with it right away. You have to wait until that 30-second cooldown takes place. All right, so we have picked up Battle Rage, so I guess now I switch it again just to show you guys. So we'll pick up Battle Rage, which is unleashes your inner rage, increasing your damage for 30 seconds. More detailed, enter a rage, which increases damage by 20% and critical hit chance by 4% for 30 seconds. So we're going to select that. It'll be placed on its 30-second cooldown. Inventory, we have picked up some new stuff, but that's monk related. Can grab these boots though. The gloves are a huge decrease. I've got 14 armor gloves, and that one's only 4. So we'll hold on to what we have for the moment. Force, where'd you get all that gold? Well, I have played a little bit on the other character that I have on this account right now. And the gold is shared across accounts. If you didn't know that yet, you do now. So you share gold with all your characters. There's no, my Barbarian has this much gold and my Demon Hunter has that much gold. Nope, gold is shared across all of your characters on your account. Alright, so we'll pick up Battle Rage, as you can see there. It's gonna glow a little bit on you, and I do more damage, have a higher crit chance as well. And there's no cooldown on it, so I could spam it if I wanted to, but it's unnecessary because you only need to rebuff it whenever it wears off. But yeah, it's a nice little increased damage from that ability. Not too shabby, if I do say so myself. And since it's dropped, I'll pick it up again.
Old Tristram, Diablo himself once walked this place.
But again, much prefer to pick up this. Just have to wait 30 seconds now. So again, you can see it's great, you know, they let you with the new way skill swapping is implemented, they let you go ahead and switch on the fly, but it doesn't really matter. You can see by the time my cooldown wears off from switching it, this fight's already over. In fact, the next fight's probably already over by that point as well, so. I think it's a fair trade-off as opposed to having to go back to town now. I can switch in the middle of the dungeon. Just have to wait for things. That's okay. Hello. is clicking there. Let's check that weapon rack, shall we? Short sword, that could be an increase. It's a possibility. 4.2 damage. Yep, it's going to be an increase. We're going to swap that up. Grab this one as well. And then you can head back to town. Alright, back to New Tristram. And since this is a main questline story, we will listen to that dialogue.
Thank you for your help, but could you talk some sense into Leah? She won't give up on the idea of rescuing her uncle.
Nor should she. I will help her find him. Come, let us search for your uncle.
We'll need to open the cathedral first. The guards locked it up before they were ambushed. Rumford told me they fought their way back to Adria's hut. The key must still be there.
Alright, time to go back to Adria's hut. Actually, do we have vendors here yet? I know vendors aren't there from the get-go. There's none over there. I'll check one last place. See if there's a... Nope, we can't even go over there. There's no vendors yet, unfortunately. I have to wait a little while longer.
Here, let me open the gate. Adria was my mother, but I don't know much about her. She died when I was very young. I was raised by Uncle Deckard.
What of your father?
I'm told he was a great warrior who was lost when Tristram fell to the demons.
Very sad story for Leia. Her mother's a crazy witch. Her father died when she was a kid, huh? Sad indeed. Let's go into Adria's hut, though. Find out a little more information.
Follow me.
In the
Your
hidden
mother
cellar.
had her secrets.
People said she was a witch, but I never believed it.
Well, now you do. I like to take out minions first. Get rid of that little extra damage that they do and just focus on the boss after the fact. Obviously, that can't be universally stated. I'm sure there's situations where that's actually the worst thing you could do. And Warrior's Belt of Thorns. Yes, please. Melee attackers take 4 damage per hit. I'll take it.
Here's the key, and my mother's journal. What I've seen of it is disturbing. I want to know more about her, but that can wait. We need to save Uncle Deckard first.
I agree.
I will go. Stay here and learn what you can.
Thank you.
Aiden came to me last night.
You were very welcome. Let's continue on through. Back to Adria's hut. We'll work our way now towards the cathedral. Ooh, a sickle. That should be a damage upgrade from what I currently have. I think even the lowest sickles do more damage than my base axe. We'll take a look at that after we loot through the rest of these, huh? Lesser wand, boo. All this stuff is silly. 7.1, look at that. Plus they just look amazing. Yes, they do. Huge fan of sickles. Huge fan indeed. And there may be a pit down here, and yes, there is this time. Sometimes there's a pit, sometimes not. Sometimes you'll just get a couple skeletons walking right through that. And that, of course, is going to lend itself to the fact that Diablo 3 is all about randomization. Diablo in general, you're not guaranteed these side dungeons like this all the time, and sometimes they'll be there, sometimes they won't, and sometimes you'll get an amazing item, and sometimes you get nothing. Welcome to Diablo, my friends. Let's unleash some fury on those guys. Take it easy. And some stockpile there from the last battle. See if there's anything on these sides. Tristram Cathedral. The fallen star lies within. So the Barbarian is my preferred class of choice. Probably why whenever I do a series or video coverage of this game, it's always a Barbarian you see. That's because that's the class I like to play. There used to be a Nephilim altar right here, which was required to swap skills, but as you have seen already, you can swap skills whenever, wherever, just by pulling up your skill pane.
This is where the star fell.
And watch this hilarity. Boom! Chandelier kill. Hello, achievements. I love it. Also reached level 4, which unlocks cleave. So, although I'm not using two-handed weapons right now, which is kind of ideal, a nice big two-handed weapon, we'll go ahead and pick up cleave anyways. For 5 fury per attack, you can swing your weapon in an arc and strike multiple enemies. And swing in a wide arc to deal 115% weapon damage to all enemies caught in the swing. You can see the bash does 145, although it's not AoE. But yeah, Cleave is really, really well suited for a big two-hander, big heavy two-hander. So if I pick up one, I might use that with Cleave. This could just be a short. Might not use it, you know, very long. But oh yeah, it's got 30-second cooldown, of course. So I'm just gonna kind of chill out here and auto attack, not auto attack, but basic attack everything until Cleave becomes available. In just a few more moments, we will have access to that.
Need more time.
Until then, we just kind of... There we go, Cleave is there. Say hello to Cleave, my friends. Looks awesome. Sounds good, too. I'll take it. I will take it. Cloth pants, we'll take that, too. Since we got no pants right now. We've been walking around, no pants. No. Unfortunate. Drop some hammers as well. Cleave does well, yes it does. Alright, I'm gonna check before we go down that way. I want to check this corridor. Dungeons are randomized as well. Following the whole Diablo 3 theme of randomization. And a beautiful chest. Excellent. Is this it? Did I really find it right away? Can't tell yet. Yes, you should avoid those things when they explode, but it's nice and early, normal mode, first act. Not too worried about dying. Don't watch the first Let's Play series of the Barbarian. I'm sure some of you will get to that. Thick cloth tunic, which should be an upgrade for me. It certainly is. And dagger is not, however. Let's cleave some of these barrels. We got some of these bats, which still don't look like bats. Sorry. Still look like whelps. Really do. Scavenger achievement. Ooh. Achievements look good too. Like the toast that comes up. I'm pretty sure that's what it's called. It should be called a toast. The little notification that pops up whenever you get one of those achievements. And we continue to claw our way through bats, and right now we are looking for the Cathedral level 2, which is going to lead us right to Deckard Cain, a lumbering axe. Let's take a look at this bad boy. That is two-handed, 11.0. So we're gonna try that for right now. This is something that I really didn't do during my first Let's Play series, is experiment with different weapon types, and that's actually part of the reason for, look at this battle going on here. It's part of the reason for the second Let's Play series as well, because I felt like I didn't really do justice, kind of show, look at that, you let them explode on themselves, it's a riot. I really didn't do justice showing you guys, you know, different things that each character could do, and I'm really gonna try to do it on this week's Let's Play series. Try to make sure with whatever I can possibly show you for the characters. And then you have to also realize that the beta, with being as limited as it is, there's only really so much to see. In addition to the fact that the content is limited, the fact that we don't have runes in the game, which are just going to be an absolutely gigantic part of your gameplay experience and how you play your character. It's going to drastically change how you play your character depending on what type of runes you have and the abilities. And not having access to that is a bummer during the beta, because I really can't show you guys all the different variations, like not even close. I can show you variations in the stock spells without runes, but runes change tremendously. Spells change tremendously once they are runed. And unfortunately, that's something that we're just not going to be able to take a look at here. Have to wait till release. So, yeah, which is, what, sometime this year? We hope. Still no idea. Jay Wilson's video to the Korean fans, which came out last week, was stated that they're nearing a release date, but man, I've been hearing all sorts of things about Diablo releases, and none of them have come to fruition, so we just wait. We play the waiting game, as all Blizzard fans do for their titles. But the reason we play that waiting game is because we know that it's going to be amazing once it comes out, so we're willing to put up with that. Most certainly are. The tribal mask, huh? It's a big group of players, enemies, say. Get him to pop on some of those guys. Look at that, he killed over half of them. Riot. Unleash the hammer. So as you can see right now, still only 2 active skills. Now I'm level 4. At level 6, I get a third, and then 12, 18, and 24. So level 24 is when you have the total available 6 active skills. And how does it work? Force, I only see 4 buttons. Well, you're going to have 1 through 4 hotkeys, plus the left and right mouse click button, and that's going to total your 6 active skills. Plus you also have passive skills. First one doesn't unlock until level 10. And so with that, we won't be taking a look at that in the beta playthrough series because you don't even get to level 10. It's usually level 8 or 9 by the time you reach King Leoric.
Stay back.
It's typically where you are, so. And I can't believe I skipped that cinematic, because I kind of wanted you guys to see that.
Cain,
oh well.
I will save you.
We will save Cain, nevertheless. Yes, we will. Save him from these tomfoolery. Alright, got a lot of stuff here. Look at this, just unleash on him. Oh, man. Get demolished, huh? And that was a demon hunter thing. Ugh, man.
Oh, thank you. But why did you risk yourself for me?
I have need of your knowledge, Deckard Cain. Leah will be happy that you live.
Oh, it is wonderful to hear that Leah is well. I feared the worst. I learned of this secret passage through...
Oh, looks like we cut him off. Oh well. We head back to town and talk with Deckard for a moment. There might be something over here. Every now and then we've got chests sitting in this corner. I think one thing that will be very, very noticeable for you guys if you happen to watch the first round of Let's Play series is just the lack of magic item drops. Like right now I've got 2, and then plus the 1 I'm wearing here. So a total of 3 I've found so far in this playthrough. In the original iteration of the beta, you would have a lot more by now. They really, really cut back on early game magical item drops, like significantly, and that's why you're not seeing as much.
Uncle, you're alive!
Thanks to you and your friend here.
Time is running short. What can you tell me of the fallen star?
Not much, I'm afraid, though the prophecy of the end days surely points to it as a sign that the end has begun.
Please, Uncle, not more of your stories. All that matters now is that you're back.
And Deckard has some more for us to know here. Deckard?
The Skeleton King was once our beloved lord, Leoric. He was driven mad by Diablo's evil. He lost both of his sons and his very soul before he was finally defeated. Now it seems he's risen to plague this land once again.
A sad tale, but I seek the fallen star, and he stands in my way.
The key to defeating him lies in his old crown. Seek out our blacksmith, Adria. He knows of its whereabouts.
Now, before we go see Adria the blacksmith, there should be some books around here. And we will just pick them up to gain the XP.
We have come at last.
And then continue along our merry way. And I do think that Leia has one as well. I'm not sure if it's supposed to be there right this second or not. We'll see in a moment, though, as we go to Leia's room. First of all, I don't know why Leia's room is like right next to the bar. She's
Uncle Deckard is home.
Pretty mischievous, huh? And lastly, I also think that are they going to be here now? Yes, they are. The merchants are
Found
here.
some interesting things on my
get rid of all my junk.
You should take a look.
Oh, except for that's actually an increase. Okay, so I'm gonna get rid of this stuff. Pretty much all of my junk. Normally, wouldn't even bother picking this stuff up once the normal game goes live and all that stuff, but since we're in the beta, and actually I want to take a look here. See, look at this, got some nice stuff here. 7.1 for that. 6.6. I think the total DPS would be higher with dual wielding these. Gonna hold off for now though, go two-handed for a little while longer. And actually let me take a look also at
I worked my hands to the
armor.
bone to bring you these.
So we could
fine
buy
goods.
some stuff here. And you know what? I think I'm just going to. Why not, huh? Yeah, let me pick up. Oh, I can't. I don't have that. Oh, I guess I do have enough to pick up these things. No, I'm gonna wait. Force, what are you doing to us? Well, I think I'm gonna wait just to see if we get some nice weapons or anything later on.
You've got to promise me you'll take good care of whatever I
Rather
sell
than
you.
picking up all that stuff. We'll get okay. We'll pick up just those. We'll get the pants there.
Leah
There
spent
we
all
go.
night alongside the blacksmith's wife, tending...
That will suffice, I believe. Let's talk to Hadrig now. Wait,
Blacksmith.
one last thing.
Deckard Cain said you can
Sure,
talk to him.
thank you. Follow me.
Okay, let's go. Let's go. I'm just botching everything here, dropping the ball. Here we are in the Cellar of the Damned. Poor Hadrig's wife turning into a zombie. Sad tale indeed.
My friends, I'm sorry.
This must be done.
So very basic information here, but I'm just going to pass this along to you guys. As you can see, if you remember not too long ago when I was dual wielding, I was attacking a lot faster, albeit doing a little bit less damage, or you can go for that slower attack speed and just hit like a truck.
My love.
That's the trade-off. That is
Forgive me.
pretty much always typically going to be the trade-off between one-handed and two-handed weapons. Obviously, unless you have like a low two-handed weapon and a high-end one-handed weapon, then there's a chance that that'll do more damage, of course. Pretty basic. Again, like I said, it's really basic RPG stuff, but thought I would just mention it.
I couldn't have done this without you. I'm in your debt. My name is Hadrig Aemon.
Adrig, I need your aid. I must find Leoric's crown.
I can help you there. It's buried with his chancellor, my grandfather. You'll find his tomb in a cemetery
Let's do
in
it.
the Weeping Hollow.
Go find his tomb in
And
the
if
Weeping
you see
Hollow.
my fool apprentice out there, tell him to get back to town.
And oh man, Hadrig's apprentice. He's been hanging out. Outside of New Tristram. What are you doing, man? What a fool, huh? We're closing in on level 6, which is good.
Stand your ground.
So next step here, and that minimized, is to find the Cemetery of the Forsaken in the Weeping Hollow. Now the Weeping Hollow is going to be straight up here. You can see the ping on the overlay map there, and there's all the places that we traveled to before. There's a little bit of area back here, and there's a slight little alcove over here. Nothing that I spent the time for. So you can just take a straight shot right up to the ping of the Cemetery of the Forsaken, and we will do that, except when we find baddies like this. Then we take them out. Because I am Force. That's what we do. Oh, man. These frozen guys, as you can see, every time they die, every one of the minions or anyone frozen enchanted, there's a instant AoE that freezes you if you get touched by it. That is what I was afflicted with, sadly enough. All right, let's go ahead and make our venture north. Have picking up this. Wow, damage. That is awesome. So I'll probably actually grab that once I get another one-handed weapon. I will probably pick that up, because that was just really sweet. Super fast attacking, but also low-end damage. But since we attack so fast, it makes up for the discrepancy there. And we got the hand axe right there, so I might just do this switch now. And with the switch, what I think I'm going to do, we also got these right here, bracers. With that switch, I'm going to probably go back to bash. That's fair enough for me to do.
Need more time.
Still on cooldown, how sad. This guy. Club of Winter. Oh man, just got some massive upgrades. This is what Diablo's all about, guys. Gear. Now, Bash is still not ready for use. So I'm just kind of throwing stuff out there. Focused Orb of Winter, that is going to be. Here's a Frenzied Shrine to increase my attack speed. Look how crazy this is going to be now. Alright, now Bash is off cooldown and get to finally use it. See how this looks. I just picked up another Frenzied Shrine. Normally you would want to wait until the first one is dropped, but we're just running through this beta anyway, so this is good. Loving the upgrades here. Back to dual wielding. Back to some crazy, crazy dual wielding. Various stutters that you'll notice in the frame rate. It's actually just the fact that the beta isn't really fully optimized. The game's not going to be fully optimized until release. So you'll just see random issues, even on high-end computers. Like, I've got a pretty solid computer. I've I'm sure if you follow my channel, you'll notice that I run everything in 1080p HD, like every single one of my videos, which actually surprisingly not a lot of YouTube channels do. A lot of people do 720 and they're happy with that. That's not good enough for my subscribers though. Active skill slot, and we also picked up leap attack. Let's take a look at that. Leap attack as well as ignore pain. Just going to start with the leap attack though. We'll take a look at ignore pain at some point. Leaps towards an enemy and attacks them. Okay, more detail. Leaping in the air, dealing 100% weapon damage to all enemies within 8 yards of the destination. That is just one of my favorite abilities. It's going to be a godsend for PvP as well. Just look at that. Just tearing through baddies. Oh, yes. How beautiful. How beautiful indeed. Leap attack is an amazing ability. Relatively short cooldown, too, in 10 seconds. I mean, really. Spam it pretty effectively. It's almost, you know, it's almost about once per every battles. I would say like the average fight in Diablo, it's you know, the game consists of a bunch of small fights and then some massive fights where you're trying to get overwhelmed. But the average fight in this game is like 5 to 10 seconds. It's hilariously short. But that's just the game design. That's the game philosophy. That's how it works. Into the Defiled Crypt, however. Got some things to figure out. They see that stutter there? That was so random. So unnecessary. Yeah, that could even be, that might actually, it may have been a latency thing. Although my latency is pretty good. We got a look here. 112. That's not the best. I've got fiber optic internet, which is some of the best you can get. I have a business line, actually. I'm paying for a business line. Reptilian ring. Let's take a look at this, my friends. Regenerates 1 life per second. It'll be our first ring so far in this playthrough. The best rings overall that I found in the beta are the damage ones, the plus damage. You've got +2 to 4 damage. It's a pretty common one. But that was also before the drop rate nerf took place, so I don't know how often we're going to see those, if at all. Big chances of actually seeing them in this one playthrough is probably pretty slim. If I had to make a prediction, I would say chances are good that we wouldn't see one of those. Happy to be back to dual wielding though. This is awesome. Here we go. Here's an event. I'll show you guys this. So, these are the types of events that you will randomly find in the game. And they kind of give you bonus XP, maybe some gear, all sorts of stuff. Let's take a look at what we have here from Lady.
Grave robbers have defiled my tomb. Now my husband writhes in torment because I do not rest at his side. Return my bones so that we may rest in peace.